Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is episode 2 of the Poet Circle. I'm Dawn like the morning sun, and this is where we're going to dive into the mind of the poet. All right. And today, entering the Poet Circle is a poet, a book lover, a man who immerses himself in literature. He says he talks about love, but he's not really a love poet. He's more. He's a visionary. He's an architect with words. Today, we're going to come and talk about Brendan Goodlove.
Hey,
how are you?
I'm doing good. I appreciate you having me.
No, dude, this is like amazing for me. I literally fangirl over you. Like, I study you. You're one of my favorites in the city. So it's really, really cool to have you here. And I can't wait to just see what you have in store for us. So, all right, the first thing I want to ask everybody that comes to the Poet Circle, when did you fall in love with poetry?
Man, that's a great question. When I fell in love, I was a senior in high school. Mm-hmm. I was like very, very new. And my best friend, he was a year older than me. He went to UNT in Denton, is where I went to school as well. And he was like, bro, I know you're writing poetry now. They're doing this thing out here. I think it's called UNT PJ. Okay. You should come out here and see what it's about. Mm-hmm. And the first woman I ever seen do poetry live, Rarity.
You saw Rarity first?
That was the first woman I ever seen spit poetry live.
Insane. Was this in Dallas?
This was in Denton.
Denton, okay.
University of North Texas in Denton. And
gotcha.
She was spitting at UNT Poetic Justice. And I got to see her spit, and it was so visceral and raw. And for a moment, I thought she was just talking. And I mean, she was like essentially just talking, but it was her art. And that's when I fell in love with it. I was like, this is what people do with their emotions, with the things that they're writing. This is what they do. They
with
come
words.
And they come and share it amongst people. At first I was just like writing it. Me and T, we would sit in my room, and he wasn't really like into the arts. Like, he had a voice. Like, if he really tried to apply himself, he could be a rapper. Yeah. But I'd be like, no, bro, like, let's go line for line, and then we're gonna share what we write. And like, it was kind of like an exercise.
Yeah. And
eventually, he just started inviting me out. I just started sneaking out every weekend or so to Denton. Yeah. It's like an hour away. I'm in Cedar Hill. Mm-hmm. I would say that's about when I fell in love. That was 2013, 2014.
And had you written like a poem before that or anything?
Yeah. So
you wrote poetry before you saw Rarity, and then you were like, okay, this is what I need to keep doing. This is what I need to immerse myself in.
Yeah, it was more like this is what I feel it's supposed to be innately. Like, okay. Like, okay. I wasn't really in love with it when I was writing it. I was more so in love with the fact that I could express. Yeah. You know, I could like get out the things that I had trouble talking about, or that I wasn't most comfortable talking about. And then when I seen what people did amongst each other, like the community of it all, the fellowship, the camaraderie. That's when I fell in love with poems and most poetry, with spoken word, you know.
And so the first thing I do here is I talk about the voice of the poet, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I feel like there's so many things that go into that. And I know the main thing when it comes to the voice is like the message we're trying to tell our audience, right? So just like what you were saying, you've been writing, it was a feeling or something that you wanted to express, right? Yeah. So I want to know, what's your story? What do you try to tell in your poems? It's going to be multiple different types of themes that you have, but there's going to be like this underlying message that you're ultimately trying to tell them. And so what is that?
If there is an underlying message, I'm not good with tropes. And actually, even though I excelled in English growing up, I had a really hard time finding the main idea in text. You know what I'm saying? I had trouble understanding the syntax, and But if I said that there was a main idea, it would probably be the idea is to breathe, is to be alive. One thing that I take away from every poem that I've ever written is the urge or the urgency that I have to live. Right? I was talking to my lady. And, I turned 30 on the 5th.
Oh, come on, talk about it. I'm in there too.
Birthdays weren't always a thing for me. I was excited through other people's excitement for me. that's what made me excited about my birthday. I could never see 30. You feel me?
Like in the future?
Yeah, I could never see 30. I always felt like my dreams were too big and something would like clip me before I got there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like even circling back, you know what I'm saying? There's doubt, insecurity. Mm-hmm. And when we, you know, there's like a part in the show where we're going to talk about, there's something else we're going to talk about, but I'm going to allude to it later on.
Yeah.
But doubt, insecurity, and just being able to show up in who you are and how you feel, regardless of it not being ideal.
Come on, Brandon, talk on my podcast.
And that's why I say like I write about love, but I'm not a love poet.
Yeah. Speak on that.
I like to, yes, the infatuation, the romance of it all, but those are just branches. If love was a tree, those are just branches on the tree of love. You know, the infatuation, the romance, but also like self-love, also loving the faults that you have, you know what I'm saying? Loving the rock bottom and the getting up and all of those things too, which don't necessarily hit the ear. It's like, oh, this is a love poem. Like, you know, you've heard it, the poem that I do called Pyromaniacs, where, you know, we're talking about
you're in my notes now.
The relationship between, you know, the elements that we have. You know, I always ask the crowd, like, what do you think is the most important element? And everybody's all like water or like wind or like, you know, the earth, because we need the earth. But, you know, they discount what fire has to offer because of the negative connotations around what fire is. But that's kind of like, that's what I like to think of love as well. You know, it's made up of all the elements, not one more important than the other. There's just elements that get a lot more love when it comes to love. Right.
You know, it's so many colors to love. You know what I mean? Yeah. So many different shades. So you're almost telling my story too, you know, in your poetry. I think that's why I connect with you so much, and I gravitate towards you, because we do ultimately kind of have an underlying same message. Because mine is definitely the shades of love. It's the ups and downs. It's the life lessons that comes with love. So that's you're definitely speaking to me today. What I want to do too is to cultivate like the voice of who you are. Talk about your inspirations. This is kind of why I want you to bring your goodies, because the first thing I want to do, because I know you are a man of literature, and you're a student. So what books do you gravitate towards? Like what authors, what genres? Do you have anything today that you want to talk about? Any books that changed your life? Things like that.
Trowan, a little while ago, gifted me a book. It's called The Breakbeats Poets. And it's basically like if a poetry book was a mixtape.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just comprised of a whole bunch of different poems from different poets. Oh, man. Yeah. And, you know, I brought it today. But a lot of these poems I've heard the poets do, and just like, as a spoken word artist, I think one of the biggest challenges was transferring the poems from the stage to the page.
That's hard.
And reading the Breakbeat Poets kind of put that into perspective. Also, it's like not a lot that they're changing as well. As far as like a book that changed my life, I would say the Breakbeat Poets kind of changed my view of what it meant to take the poem from the stage to the page. Now, poets that have changed my life, I think, hearing them. First and foremost, Saul Williams.
Okay.
Saul Williams.
You put me on today, PMO.
Saul Williams is, to me, like one of the like primordial or like ancient. He's not super old. He's still alive. He's still spitting around the world. He's still fighting. He's an activist, a philosopher. He's a MC, lyricist. He's all of those things. He had a line, and it sticks with me. I was like, I'm gonna get that tattooed on me. Saul Williams was like, and I know God personally. In fact, he lets me call him me. And I know God personally. In fact, she lets me call her me.
Oh, come on.
You feel me?
Okay.
And
okay.
there are poets who walk a thin line, right? And some of their poems are like raunchy, or like they're still grabbing attention, but he does a really good job of being groundbreaking and also bringing God into the fold, and also allowing us to know that we are God as well, and
made in His image.
Oh my gosh! But if I say a book that changed that shifted my perception, it would be The Breakbeats Poets. A poet that has influenced me heavy, it would be Saul Williams, for real.
Oh my God. Okay. What about tell me the type of music that you listen to. Don't tell me who, because we got a segment. But what type of music? And does that affect your writing, or does, it makes you say the things you say, move the way you move?
I love first of all, I'm a lover of all music. Even at first I was like, I love all genres of music except country, and then I started Beyonce, actually, believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Beehive.
Shout out to the Beehive.
Beyonce changed my view of country music, and just like being able to actually sit down and listen to country artists. Yeah, she did.
I'm glad that you gave her that as well, because she got so much backlash for stepping into country. Because I remember when she did the first single, it said pop on there. Like as soon as I hit on Texas Hold'em, it said pop. And then when she made that, her statement, they had to change it to country because they didn't want her to step into that. And then she still get backlash on that. They say it's not country, you know what I mean? But I'm just glad you gave her that, because she deserved it, and she definitely she stepped into it and embodied it, but it still was a Beyonce album,
right,
for her listeners too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's big, and that's like poetic in itself. When we clicked on the song and it said pop, and then she had to clear it all up.
She had to clear it up.
That's why I think her making a country album, as country as people would say it's not, shed light on a lot of country artists, especially black artists. I would even go as far as to say like a lot of black country artists wouldn't have gotten as much love as they've gotten if she wouldn't have stepped into the space.
Yeah.
Because, there's such a big microscope. She's under such a big microscope.
And she is, always.
You know what I'm saying?
Always.
And for her to be able to shed light on a genre, on a situation, it definitely helps the people who are really in there for real. You know what I'm saying? So kudos to her.
Big shout out to Beyonce.
Country isn't my favorite genre.
What's your favorite genre?
The music that I'm into, I love instrumentals. Jazz first and foremost.
I knew it.
I'm a jazz man.
I knew it.
R&B. Hip hop, of course. Hip hop is what birthed me to poetry. Artists like Mos Def, like Big Crit, like Kanye, like Common.
Common's huge for me. Huge. Top 3 for me as well. Now I want to talk about just last thing on the voice of the poet, your tone. And tone in writing is the attitude towards the subject. But before I say that, I want to say that your actual tone, like your voice, is one of the best voices in poetry. I'm not gassing. I am not tripping out. Like, literally, that's what brought me to you. Like, I heard you, like, probably the first time I heard you at a show, I'm hearing your voice. I'm like, yo, who is this guy? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like literally the baritone in your voice. I'm like, God. I mean, and it comes like natural. So one, I want to ask, before I ask about the tone in your writing, do you cultivate that? Like, do you practice it, or is it literally just coming out of your vocal cords?
I mean, like, I drink tea. I was drinking tea.
Come on.
I was drinking tea long before I ran into artists like Taylor Morgan, who we're doing shows together, and she's drinking tea and like warming up, and just just being around taught me how to cultivate, right? Being around great artists who take care of themselves, who take care of their souls, who take care of their instruments, right? That taught me, and I've picked things up, but I just think it's come out, and the more you use it, the more you learn what to do with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there are times I hop on the mic and I'm spitting, and I'm like, in my mind, I know I want to spit. I know I want to do this, and I'm overdoing it, But then there are times where, like, I'm listening to the constructive criticism, because it's a blessing to have friends who listen to you. But not only are they listening to you, they see you, and they see what you're trying to do, and they see where you're trying to go. And taking that advice, right? It's just like, wait a minute, your voice is already carrying the load. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to be too into the rhyme. You don't have to be too mannerism-ish, right? One compliment I got, it was from Raven, and she was watching me spit, and she was like, there's this choreography that you have. And I'm standing in one place the whole time. I'm just at the mic, but she was like, it's like with your body. It's the way, you shift and you transition and you use your hands and your head to do those things. And
it's an art.
And I just think it's kind of cool how in spoken word and like how when we're spitting, the voice takes over the body, right? It becomes so spiritual that the voice takes over the body. And like sometimes I'm using my hands, but it's really my words that are making me like
yo, because like there's the way you say and then your hand
and your and does this like ampersand thing, like you feel me?
It's like with the Ratatouille guy with the rat in the hat, and he like telling his hands and his fingers with you touching on something right there.
But that goes into like another, something deeper, right? Like, what is language, right? Because if a voice can hold choreography, then what your body does can tell the poem.
Now I'm gonna tell you something about you. You become the poem. I say this all the time, and I love artists who can do that. Some people that go up there, they read the poem. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool, and it'd be great. It could be a great poem, but it's like embodying it and becoming that. It's like what you do, and it's not something you could teach, bro. It's not something that you can like kind of tell a person how to do. It's just like you live in it, like, you know what I'm saying? And I really feel like you are poetry. I say that all the time because I remember we went out for sushi, and I'm looking at everything you got on, and everything had a meaning. You was like, this ring meant like the sun, this ring meant like the moon, whatever it was. And I'm like, yo, every piece was intentional. Every piece was like particularly put there. Right. And I said, yo, this dude's a poem. Yo, like that was when I came up with that. So I'm like, when you're saying what you're saying, now people can see why I think the way I'm thinking.
That's right.
Now, for your tone in your writing, what do you think that like your attitude in your writing is? And I say, because for me, my tonality is always romance. It's always a love for a thing. It don't have to be love for a person. It could be a love for nature or something like that, So it's just a hint of romance, and that's the tone that I try to take in everything that I do. So for you, what do you think that is in your writing?
That's a good question. And I don't think I've ever been asked that or
Sharon said the same thing, and I'm so glad that I came up with that.
I would say it's more of like the tone and the attitude is more like narrative. I'm going to use that word as an adjective, like narration as an adjective, being able to shift a narrative, right? I love to tell a story, and I think that the way that I narrate it, the attitude that I take on is what really drives the story. I would
narration.
Say a lot of my tone could come from how I feel in the moment. And that's why I write the way I write, because there are poems that if I'm in the wrong headspace is about love, but if I'm in the wrong headspace, well, now it's about heartbreak. I don't have to change a word. I just change my inflection. I might alter my pitch. I might alter my cadence, right? So I think for me, the realest I can be is approaching the piece with how I am wanting to show up today.
Yes, right? Yes.
That's the biggest thing for me. And when I first started writing, or when I first started performing, I was writing a piece every week, every day, wanting to perform. I was memorizing a new piece every week, getting out there, performing. And then I hit a wall. I'm like, damn, I don't want to do pieces that I've already done. Why don't I want to do pieces that I've already done?
Good point.
Because I don't want people to hear me doing the same stuff. Nah, it's going to be new people in the crowd every time. I had a problem with like looking in that mirror again, because I think that as poets we're mirrors with mouths. So every piece is a mirror, right? Or every piece is a piece of a mirror that shows you who you are. And there's like something in that I don't want to relive. And I think to do pieces over and over again and to really embody them, you have to be in that experience again.
You do.
Right?
I do.
And once I learned that like a lot of it is just truth telling, I was able to adopt the tone that I needed for in that moment. So I don't even think my poems have an underlying tone. Maybe the underlying message is optimism.
Yeah.
Is reaching, is grabbing onto the rope and like pulling yourself up. But overall, I think the most human thing is to just show up in it.
I'm trying not to.
That's what I try to do. I just try to show up in it.
Yes. So your tone changes. Not even changes. It is what it is in that present moment.
My tone is presence.
Your tone is presence. Oh my God. This is why I needed you on.
We get it. We're deducing. It's like math, but we're also like in therapy.
Oh, for sure.
But you feel me? We're figuring it out together. Yeah.
We got to. Okay. So I want to talk about the inception of your work, the beginning, the commencement of your thoughts. So when you're about to write, what is the atmosphere like? What is the air like? When you're about to write, what do you need to write a poem?
I need to feel alive in some way to write a poem. And what I'm saying is, I think sometimes we just go through life, like we hit moments where we're on mute, or something is on pause, or something is on the back burner. I just like need to feel alive. Like I need to feel my blood rushing through my body. And I'm not even talking about adrenaline. I just mean like my pulse. From that moment, I'm inspired. I'm inspired by the life around me. So what is life around me saying? What is the story and everything around me? Is it grief? Is it a deep longing, which would turn into something romantic, which would turn into something Love Jones-esque, right? Like a blues for Nina, like a blues for Raven or something.
Okay, I pick what you did there.
But yeah, I need everything that's around me. Now there are things that enhance the moment for me.
What are those things?
An experience or something to like heighten the experience. So like some music. I love listening to Frank Sinatra.
Ooh.
I love listening to John Coltrane.
Me too.
Who else? There's so many different artists that I can just like go to.
I know one of the ones is D'Angelo. I know he got to be in there. I know D got to be in there.
D'Angelo is always a default.
Yeah.
But D'Angelo is so particular for me. And I say that because it's always really heavy. Anything I write that was inspired by D'Angelo lyric or just his presence or his influence is always really heavy for me. And it's not even, not in the sense that it's sad or like full of grief. I just think he was a really, really intentional artist.
Yeah, I agree.
And I try to make sure that when I'm, using any of his creations as a vessel, I honor that with the truth.
And his economy's more now, than ever. So I try to honor him too. If I'm doing something inspired by him, I say, rest in paradise, before I even do it, because I do honor. He was the instrument. Like, you know what I mean? His voice was an instrument. He's like literally needs to be studied. Yeah. Okay, bro.
No, Saul Williams had said, like after D'Angelo passed, he was like, I think it's, and I'm ballparking it, but he was basically like, you have to be something as an artist for people to listen to you and not know what you're saying half the time.
Bruh, what are the lyrics?
Like
what are the lyrics?
I feel like sometimes I'm just saying sounds, but I feel it. Like I feel whatever it is.
To you, you're like, what? What are we saying?
Right.
But it's saying something.
And
because
it stink.
You gotta do the stank face. You ain't did the stank face before.
The runs,
no, seriously, he probably don't enunciate the word though. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably why we're not enunciating either. You know what I mean? Like he's just giving like what? But
you hear every groan, you hear every other word.
Every other. SZA do that too. I don't never know. I have to look it up. Bro, I want to get to your body of work because you are cold with it. You're one of the coldest in the game. And like I said, I studied you. I'm gonna read some of my favorite lines from you. So bear with me, bro. Yeah, don't trick out. Ballad of a street nigga. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I eat niggas that look like beef. Yeah. Okay, hold up. I love The Girl in the Coffee Shop. I don't know lines from that. I just want to give you your kudos on that because I feel like every poet needs a girl in the coffee shop or a boy in the coffee shop poem, and you gave me one, so I was like, yes, okay. With the L. Vonner played it, you know what I mean? Yeah. Then you talked about the one I like, the pyromaniac one. Mm-hmm. I never knew what a pyromaniac was. You taught me a new word. You said anything with the propensity to set fire. Then you said, are we living to love things or just the love of discovery?
You remember when you said that? Things or for the love of discovery?
Or for the love of discovery. Dope. Mm-hmm. Then you did some at Poets and Jazz. I wish I was there. I'm so upset I wasn't. But I was like, okay, you did this poem. I don't know the name of it, but this is what you were saying, and you was going crazy. You said, you've been the blessing the block's been begging for, the prayer the pavement's been patient for. Street lamps blink when you walk past. Then you said, storefronts straighten their backs, barbershops bow low. Your voice bends buildings back toward beauty. You turn sidewalks into song just by walking through. I mean, I'm like looking at my phone, about to drop my phone, like, what? I mean, she must have had an amazing walk, whoever it is. You know,
she has an amazing walk.
She had that walk that like your spins buildings back toward beauty. I was dope. So that I want to know, what is your favorite literary technique? Before we get into like you reading into your poems and stuff, what's your favorite literary technique? Like, you know, like it can be idioms, it can be, you know, alliteration, hyperbole, you know, things like that. What do you do to like, you know, your go-to for emotion and for you to just like, you know, bring that crowd in?
I love alliteration.
Me too.
The poem you were just spitting that I did in Poets and Jazz, a lot of those poems were like super alliterative. I like alliteration simply because it's simple, but it's also catchy. And I used to think rhyme was just like the essence of a rhyme was rhyming the words. But I also think rhyming is a feeling, and it's like maybe matching the sounds too, right? Mm-hmm. So bending buildings back towards beauty. Yeah. I didn't rhyme a word, but the B sound melt like butter.
It did.
Feel me?
It did. It buzzed. Just,
you know what I mean? Kind of gelled together. I love alliteration. I love a good simile. A good analogy.
Talk about it.
I love a good metaphor.
I'm a metaphor girl.
I think our life lives in the bubble of a metaphor. What else? I mean, I actually, just about every poem I do starts off as a haiku.
Really? So you start your like, that's the hook, is your haiku.
The 575.
575. Mm-hmm. I'm not even gonna mess it up, but there was one haiku you always do that I did memorize, and every time you do it, I be saying it. Mm-hmm. You said, I chew anyways. What was that? Yeah.
I was like, haiku. Be hurt with the lie. My ears taste no truth in them. I chew anyways.
I be in the crowd going crazy. They be like, why do you know his poem? Because I know him. Anyway.
Yeah, I love that haiku.
I love that haiku too. So, bro, like I said, I wanted to hear what you got in your journal, bro. Like, I know I asked you to bring it because, you know, I know we got probably 1,000 journals. I mean, that's like a conversation in its own right. So, I know you brought one of them. Mm-hmm. Can we get like some kind of exclusive from you in your journal?
I guess it's exclusive in the sense that nobody has probably ever heard this.
Right. And so then you do it in here.
I got this from an art store in Philadelphia.
Bro.
When U Arts was still a university before they got shut down. It's called Blick. And I needed something that I could do anything in. Right? Like I could be anyone. Like in this journal, I'm a visual artist. I was using like charcoal and everything. I went and did a hike. I went on a hike and like this was what I seen. Oh I drew it with like charcoal.
Can you show your camera?
Oh yeah, I'll show the camera my little refrigerator art. You feel me? What else is in here though? I think I drew like baby Groot.
Are you kidding me right now?
No, I'm not. It's Groot, in here somewhere.
I think every artist be drawing Groot for no reason. Like it's like in my office, there's Groot everywhere.
I doodle so hard, man. In all my journals, and I wanted to bring one that was like finished, but they're doodles. They're just like random doodles, bro.
I love that.
That's the little. I don't even know why I drew this, but that's the teddy bear, like the campfire.
Yes.
Teddy bear, like don't start a fire.
You're hilarious, bro. You're crazy.
Let's see. Cause no, Groot was a masterpiece. I can't believe I can't find him.
Oh, good, bro. And I have 1,000 journals, bro. Just for, like you said, just for drawing, just for whatever I'm feeling at that time. But there'd be poems in there, though, all throughout.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see if I can find a poem.
When you do that, I can do one while you do that.
Please grace
so,
us.
B, I got challenged, right?
What you mean?
I got to tell, you know how they be doing, like, the poetry challenges? So, Ross, one of my favorite poets, he said it's
swole dude.
The swole dude.
He's swole. Yeah.
He is swole. He said the people think I don't look like a poet. You really don't. You look like a bodybuilder.
He turning bodies into poetry. That's
for
cool.
sure. It's a challenge called My Bars Be Heavy. So he said he tagged everybody like, yo, you gotta do it. And I'm like, all right, bet I did mine. So here's to Ross. This is My Bars Be Heavy. All right. They asked me, why does the caged bird sing? It's 'cause these bars be heavy. Trapped behind heartbreaking grief, these bars be heavy. These bars won't let me be free, at least not physically. So I let my vocal cords ring, giving you metaphorical bars, and I'm gonna count you 16, real tough. Even though 16 ain't enough, now I'm trapped behind a sonnet and a stanza. These bars gotta be heavy. If I don't sing, I die. And these bars won't cry for me. I write my wrongs in this song, even though most of y'all might call this a poem. It don't really matter. I'm floating behind gray matter in a mental prison I created. Now the poem got sadder. That's why I gotta sing. 'Cause the song We Stabbed by the Bird in the Cage is more important than anything. 'Cause the song We Stabbed by the Bird in the Cage is the one about being free. Maya Angelou, rest in peace. I know why these bars be heavy.
Wow.
Peace.
Wow.
You felt that, didn't you?
I did feel that. You know, I think that it's so cool that as someone who markets themselves as a love poet who has infinite love poems.
Yes.
Like when you jump out of that zone and into another, your bars, your lines, they still hold this sensuality, the sentimentality. But it's still so raw. It's so raw. Like, that was so dope.
Thank you so much. That's the best compliment, by the way.
Would you ever spit that anywhere?
Yeah, I'm going to do it. No, that was real fresh. But I will do it at the... I would do it at the shows coming up. So that is... I was testing it out here on my pod. You know what I mean? What you got in there? You got anything? Because you can do multiple. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to just, like... limit yourself. Cause I want people to know. This is my camera right here. We read poetry here. All right. If you come to the Poet Circle and you're gonna hear a poem, you're gonna hear this work. All right. So just letting y'all know, you're not gonna come up here and it's not no poem, because this ain't the Poet Circle if you don't hear a poem. All right. Just want to let that public service. Public service.
There's so many that I can't read. And like I say, can't read because my handwriting sucks.
Oh, you literally can't read it. Okay. Yeah, hold up. And you know what? When I write it, my handwriting be trash. And like I'm writing real fast and things like that. The
part of the show is for when the poet is trying to find a poem. Like what?
Bruh, I'm dead.
So, a book that I found, Groot. That's crazy.
That's my guy. He's so cute. He's so cute.
Oh, baby Groot. I found you. Now everyone's even looking for you. Then that's the crazy thing.
All right, while we're doing this, give me your top producers in music. Top 3.
That's easy. Jay Dilla. Kanye.
Uh-huh.
And this one was hard because I really appreciate her work. When she was on her own. But Missy Elliott.
I knew you was gonna go
wanted to go Missy Timbaland era. But like I really do appreciate her work adjacent from Timbaland.
I'm gonna tell you my 3.
What's up?
Pharrell, number 1, always. Then I'm putting Timbaland. Then I'm putting Babyface. That's where I went there. Pharrell,
Timbaland, Babyface.
Yes.
Okay.
Because Timbaland was with Aaliyah and Missy and stuff. So like that's me all day. And Pharrell, oh my God, he's so fashionable. He's so stylish. He's so Hollywood. He's just everything. All the colors that I could think of in my head. He's that. And Babyface probably produced all my favorite love songs.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's so you core. That's so you core. Ain't that what the kids say?
That's what the kids say. We old now. We old. Go ahead, man.
Piece. So this is the first poem I ever performed anywhere.
Oh my God. I'm excited.
Ever. And you've heard it before. It's called Stages in My Life. I think optimism enhances focus. So I've been waiting to be noticed, just waiting for something to happen. We'll call it a spark of magic that would allow my life to progress faster, so we can call this stage in life Hocus Pocus or Abracadabra. And if I don't pull a Houdini and break free of these inherited struggle-related shackles, my life is a waste of space. So in a sense, it doesn't hold enough atoms to fully matter. I have the desire to be great. But there's so much pent-up aggression from constantly moving backwards and having to switch roles to accomplish my goals. If only I had the desire to become an actor, my passion for being stagnant would be the script. Mm-hmm. It would be hard to change character. Shit, look at me, I'm black. It's already hard to change the narrative. I get shot for having confidence. They mistake it for arrogance or attribute it to whatever I was wearing. And for that purpose, this next stage in life can be seen as perception. Picture me riding with my brush in the cup holder. I get pulled over. Officer instantly mistakes it as a weapon, decides he gonna be my tutor. Teach me a lesson over a brush when I only wanted to make my waves swim, but now my fate sealed because Trayvon was killed over Skittles. He inherited his shackles from another African-American individual, but of life, we all share the same symptoms. But we all can't be victims of power-hungry ignorance. You can't write me off with a pencil. God started me off with an indention, and his pen is more permanent than any judgment from a sinner or a flawed system. So maybe this stage in my life should be called wisdom or finding it. I think my potential is similar to nosy neighbors peeking through the blinds, and it just wants to be involved with whatever's going on in the world outside. My breakthrough will be my rise on the eastern horizon, and not even the sunshine will be able to top beams emitted from mine. See, that's as bright as diamonds. Stage after stage, like monkey bars, we're swinging, climbing, oblivious to the thought that life gets better when hope chimes in. I just pray that we all find it. Boom.
Come on, poet. Speak on the pie, yo. And it's always your flow for me. And like you said, cadence is everything. And I think you've definitely just mastered it. And, you know, people don't want to use that word a lot, but I really do give that to you, bro. Your cadence, your flow. It is like listening to a hip hop song, but we listen to some poetry. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. Oh, that means a lot to me.
It's like peanut butter and jelly. It's like jazz, yo. That's what it sounds like too. Man. It's like it swings, bro. I'm telling you, I'm a fangirl over you, so just forgive me, okay? Forgive me. I will fangirl, and I'm going to give you your flowers here because that's what you deserve, right?
I appreciate this. You're reinvigorating my love for poetry.
That's what you know what? For this pod, that's what I want. I want to do that not only for us, because sometimes we can lose it. Like, we can lose the love for it because we're doing it so much and it's like redundant and almost, but also for people watching. Because I even got a message off my first episode. She said, yo, you're making me really want to do this thing again. And the love for it is coming back and it's reigniting. I'm inspired. That's all I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that feels more like home than anything. You know what I mean?
The fact that people are telling you this is what you're doing is even more truth to the fact that you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, doing what you're called to do. Your calling is calling others to theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Call to action.
What?
Come on now. Goosebumps. Okay. Give me your favorite movie soundtrack ever. Give me one. It got to be the number one. Like, you could talk about others, but what's your number one movie soundtrack?
Love and Basketball.
Oh, my God.
Love and Basketball, to me, hands down, is one of the single...
Bro, I didn't know you were going to go there.
Movie soundtracks.
What, Donna Jones at the end?
That's what does it for me.
When I hear that song, it can't go nowhere else. It only has to be on that movie. I don't want to hear it nowhere else unless I'm watching Love and Basketball and I'm watching her put on her Sparks uniform and get out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no.
So I grew up, Ball is Life.
Ball is Life.
That was my first love. And then
I put that on all my captions.
And then things that... Ball is Life?
Yes, in high school. It's so corny. Ball is Life.
But it was, and like, it wasn't corny. Like, maybe looking back, you think it is, but we think about what affirmations are, and we think about what claiming what it is. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Ball is life for you still. It's just the ballpoint pen and not the one you feel me? This is why
I brought him on the pod. Y'all know that, right?
Ball is still life, you know what I'm talking about? And same for me. That was the first tattoo I ever got was a basketball.
Oh my God.
The crown, face on it. I was 13. My mama took me, actually. It said King of the Court. Love and Basketball was my shit.
Yeah.
Favorite romance movie.
That was my other question. You got it.
Well, it was my favorite romance movie.
What's your favorite now?
It's Textbook.
Is it called?
No, it's Textbook.
Oh, Love Jones. Love Jones. Okay, my bad. Love Jones.
Textbook romance movie.
For poets, it's not. First of all, I'm a poet. That's not my favorite love story movie. But it's like people think that because we're poets, like you gotta love Jones. I do, but it's not my favorite. But that's funny.
It shifts. It's Love and Basketball and Love Jones. I just have this disdain for Love Jones because people always expect me to be Darius Love Hall, or like that's my comparison. Or
your tone, it's the tone. All we gotta do is to put the bass behind that jazz sound, and we're thinking Blues for Nina.
I just feel like he wish. I feel like Darius Love Hall wish
he could.
You know, the only thing the only thing he got over me is a motorcycle. That's the only thing.
You got the waves. You got bro. You really.
Because I make a way better omelet. I make a way better cheese.
You know what? You are him in real life. You know what? I see what you're saying. Because he playing a poet. You're really him. Hold on.
You get what I'm saying? He wished he didn't have to act.
To be one. Because that's probably the only poem he know, to be honest with you. You write poems for a living, dog.
Even write that one. We ain't gonna S on it too much because my lady Love Jones, and that's our go-to for sure.
I feel that. Okay, so let me think. You said what your favorite romance movie was. Can you tell me what your comfort movie is?
The Mask by Jim Carrey.
Oh my God.
I can watch the movie anytime.
So good.
Any of the day. And he's actually one of my favorite actors too.
He is.
You know.
Underrated.
There's been this surgence of Black people not really enjoying like white artists or like white actors. I don't know why. And there are really good white actors. Like Jim Carrey is one of them. Mm-hmm. Like what he did in The Grinch.
Loved it.
It's still like legendary. What is it?
It was Liar Liar for me.
Liar Liar, Eternal.
Bruce Almighty.
Of the Spotless Mind.
Oh, come on.
The Truman Show.
Bruce
Almighty. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles, folks. Like, I love Bruce Almighty.
You actually say that a lot.
You feel me?
You do. He said that's the way the cookie crumbles. You can say that in your poem.
Bruce Almighty.
Yeah, I did not peep
Bruce
that.
Bruce Almighty.
Insane.
Yeah. But The Mask, for sure.
Dope.
It's actually a really poetic movie. we think about it, he just like, he didn't like his life and the trajectory of his life. And he's seen like what success looked like, what like success by other people's metrics looked like. And he wanted to embody that in wearing the mask, right? So like pretending allowed him to be something that he was not. He didn't even need the mask to get the girl. We talking about Cameron Diaz.
Prime time Cameron Diaz.
This is the first thing she's in.
And she killed. Red dress.
What? Walking in the veins.
Killed. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. No.
She had the camera in the purse.
So literally.
Trying to rob the bank.
Poetry.
But he didn't even need the mask.
To get the girl.
Right.
Wow.
He just needed to be Stanley Ipkiss. That was Stanley Ipkiss. Almost Snaps. In every Jim Carrey movie, he has a dog.
Yeah.
In Bruce Almighty, he had the dog.
Yeah.
He used his God powers to teach the dog how to pee in the toilet.
Yeah.
In The Mask, he had Milo. Milo helped, like, he jumped up into the prison, got the guard keys.
And got him out. Yeah. For sure.
In The Grinch, he had a dog.
He had Max. Where's
he
my
cloak? A dog in every movie, bro. Oh, that's so funny.
So, okay, what I want to do real quick, I want to go off script before I take you to your last remarks. Okay. So you didn't wear it, but I want to know, what are your the hats, bro? Let's talk about your hats. First of all, what is it called? Because it's not the Musiq Soulchild all the way, but it's like so it's so poetic. And so I want to know what the name of it is and what's the meaning. What do you do? Like, what do you embody when you be wearing them hats?
Talking about the beret?
Yes.
The beret.
Yes.
The beret for me is just like, I feel like I get style points when I wear the beret.
Very much. You get 10 every time.
I think I look like a poem when I wear the beret. Right, I feel like I'm in Paris, and like we're on the Eiffel Tower, and we out doing poems. You feel me?
Hey, you put the feather in it, bro.
You feel me? It's just this like artsy look. I think that the beret invokes, and I love that. I also have them in different colors. I got like red.
I know you
orange,
do. The orange is my favorite, to be honest. It pops. Purple.
Yeah. So, but also there's just like a cultural, like there's this cultural significance. Can
you break that down?
So the black berets, like Black Panthers wore the black berets. Then you have like the purple berets, you have the brown berets, and these were all a part of different movements that were happening in our country. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So like if you wear a beret in a certain place, some people will stop you and ask you if you know about what you have on. You know what I'm saying?
Like the history behind it.
The history behind it. And like,
okay.
You got to know your ish. I had found this one beret when I was thrifting, and it had like this like seal on it. And I forgot what like part of the military that it came from.
Okay.
But I wore it one day. I was in Philadelphia, and dude stopped me and was like, yo, you served? Like, who you say? He was like asking me all these questions. And I was like, I just got in the gym. I didn't think I was swollen enough to look like I was in the army, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, no, it's the hat, you feel me? And I was like, oh, it's one of them situations. It's like the fraternity aspect of certain things. Like, it's either you a part of it, or you know the history about it, or you don't wear that.
And you know what, like you said, because if you're gonna wear it, you have to know it. You better be a student of it, so that way, because it's a weight, it's a responsibility.
It is.
So you know what I'm saying. If you're gonna carry that, you got to carry it well, so you can pass it on. Love that.
I was be like, I thought it looked good.
But now I gotta learn. I gotta read this book
because I'm not finna. I spent $18 on it. I ain't.
Yeah, you can't go back. You can't go. You going, bro? Y'all gotta check him out live. All right, when he wear the beret. Okay, your last remark. I want to ask every poet, what is your goal as a writer? Ultimately, what is your quest? What are you trying to do in your writing? It's different from your message. It's because this is like for you. This is for your journey. Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, for sure. One, it's a great question. It also gives you like food for thought. I think it puts into perspective your why. For me, as a writer, as a poet, as a spoken word artist, as a vessel, my goal is, if not for anyone else, for myself to be, like I said earlier, a mirror with a mouth, right? A lot of people think that you know, when you have like a writer's block or like a creative block, it's just not working. I just can't get it up right now, right? Like, no, that's not the case. What it is there's an aspect of the truth you're running from. And I always want to be a truth teller, even for myself. That's why I brought this book, Lying by Sam Harris. It's a philosophical situation. Definitely check it out. It's an essay. It's a short read. It's a short read by Sam Harris. Little philosophical text, and it talks about a lie being like a thread that you pull back. And if you pull it back, once you pull it, you can't tuck it back, right? The only way that you can cut that piece of the thread off is by telling the truth, right? Using the truth as scissors. But once you tell a lie, you pull a thread.
Yeah.
And you keep having to pull that thread because you have to keep the lie alive to keep pretending to be. So even telling the smallest lie is like a sign of disrespect, right? Because you're now obscuring a message to someone who otherwise expected honesty, right? And I never want to be that person. I never want to be that type of poet who is obscuring reality. So if it meant anything to me, like in the long run, you know, just to be a truth teller overall. And I feel like the best poems are microcosms of the truth. And if we think about what the truth is, it's just different worlds for us to explore. Like, that's what makes each poet so unique, is that we all come from different truths.
Correct.
Your reality is your truth.
Right.
And for you to be able to profess that and to articulate that and to package that into a poem or into a message or like a message in a bottle and like sell it into our ears or into our point of view is, when we need it. We need it, right? We need that. We need truth tellers. And I want to be one. I feel like every person, man or woman, wants to be needed. And I want to be needed for my art, right? Like, I want to be needed for the thing that I do well and I provide. But I want that thing to be healthy. I want to give something healthy. I want it to be a seed that grows into something beautiful, right? So yeah, I know I'm like word vomiting, but that's what I would say.
That's what we want on the Poet Circle. I want you to word vomit.
That's what I would say my message is, though. Like,
beautiful.
For me, that's what I get out of it. Knowing that I left a part of myself there when I leave the microphone.
Oh, yeah. And you do, which is why I love you. And I thank you so much for coming. All right. And for all my poetry lovers out there, I just want you to keep writing, keep being inspired, and find the poet within. And if you made it all the way to the end of this, put some circles in my chat. I just need to put that red circle in the chat. I just want to like spam that. So if you made it all the way to the end, put some circles, and peace.